Okay, let me start by introducing why should you do that. Okay, let me take an example. I'll use you as an example. You are my friend, and don't feel any negativity about that.
No problem.
Okay. Let me assume on this Manchester derby final on FA. Okay, Ali tells me that Manchester will win. Manchester United. I tell him
Definitely.
No, Manchester City will win. Okay, such a scenario. Who is who? Okay, obviously I can't beat Ali on the conversation. How can I solve such a problem? How can I predict, for example, the team that will win? To do this, I have to take maybe, for example, the last matches that the two teams have met together, maybe like 10 matches, and again I had some more matches that I had some more matches for Manchester United and other for Manchester City. Which team has won more matches? Probably from that I can draw insight from that information. Okay, assuming you are an analyst, how could you solve such a problem? The first thing to do, you will scrape that data from our website. Now, here comes two roles. There is a data scientist and there is a data engineer. Okay, a data engineer, the work of a data engineer is to create the pipelines, to scrape the data, to make pipelines on how he or she will get that data for analysis. Again, the data scientist is the one to do the machine learning models, for example, the ANN, that is the machine learning models. I think you'll learn about it later. Ali, just a minute. I'm just looking for the email.
Oh yeah. As well, I can share with you. I don't know if you have your WhatsApp on your desktop. I can share the link so that you have an easy time.
It is.
Okay.
Let me join you this other one. Okay, that's now in such a scenario. You have to know. Okay, let me mute this other one. That's why you have to know about web scraping. Very, very important. Very important. Okay, last time I left a challenge on kindly confirm if you can see my screen. Thank you. Today I'll be fast. We wanted to, let me go to that. It was, I think, random user, me. And we wanted to get this data from this API, and we did it. Yeah. We wanted to get the first 100 users from this API. Okay. Let me open my studio. Let me not use this one. I think I better use a studio. Ali, you can start recording.
I started way back.
Okay, now this is the link. I resolved an issue. It was about the dependencies. Okay, this is the link. Let me just run the code again. I think I explained actually the response, what it is. You have to send a response to the server, then you get the status code. If the status code is 200, it means that you can do web scraping. If it's not for the listed, let me just do a recap. Maybe there was someone who was not in the call. Let me do HTTP. It's HTTP response codes. And you are sending again. You are sending a GET request. You can see why is it a GET? Why? Because you want to get a response from the server. The server in this case is the website that is hosting the random API. That's the server. I think I'll not go deep into that, but again, as a data analyst, you have to know how the components of a computer. You have to know that, because at some case you have to know that. Now, this is what I was talking about, the response code 200 to 299. It means that these are successful response, and you can do web scraping from that website. That's why, again, if I want to know the response for this, if I can do web scraping, I can just do this response and this sign status code. It's a 200. 200. What does it mean? If it's a 200, it means that it's successful, so I can continue. If it's not successful, you can use other methods to do web scraping. I'm not sure in R, but in Python we use something called beautiful soup. Also works as the same as this one. Beautiful soup it can't do for dynamic websites. You can use another one called maybe Scrapy and Selenium. Perfect. It's an automation. Let me go here. Content. I'm fetching the text. Look at this. These are our main focus here is the data structure and the loops. That's what I want us to gain at the end of this at the end of this presentation. That's what I want. That's the main is the data structures and loops. Just look at this data structure. Results on a new line, gender. It's a JSON file. Again, I introduced about JSON files, JavaScript object notation files. They are the types of files that are used by the API to store the information. I said why, because they're easier to get data from them, it's easier to access them, and again, they store data in small sizes. If you could have, for example, a CSV, let me go back here. If I could have a CSV containing all this data information, mind you, this is only one user. Only one user. The results again in this gender structure is the gender female. Again, it's again male. You can see how it's subdivided. Inside results, there is gender. Again, inside name, there is title, first name, and last name. Actually, everything here inside here is inside the results. Again, gender is on its own. Name, all these ones are inside the name. Location, these ones are inside the location. City again. Again, you see the coordinates. It's inside. It's inside the coordinates. There is latitude and longitude. Mind you, longitude that is inside the coordinates, and these again is inside the location. It's inside the location. It's inside the location here. Okay. Mind you, these for 100 of them. If this data was stored in a CSV file or in an Excel file, it could not be the same size as it will be for JSON files. Let me go now next to the API. I can now access to the API. Sorry, not use this API. Now this is information that you want to scrape. This is for only one user. It's a random one. Before I forget, let me share to you how can I get data There's this website called Mokaro. These are websites where you can get your own data set, random data set for your practice. Let me just, for this case, for example, there's this information, field name, type, options. This column is one column, this is another column, first name, this is another column. I can get the information, I can get the data set on the format I want. I can get it as a CSV. After that, I can click on generate data. I can also get it as a JSON file. I click on generate data. You can also add another column, another field, or it's an IP address. You can also, if you don't want to be an IP address, you can change it. I think it's using this one, not this one. Cancel. Yeah, using that one. For example, I can change, for example, airport code again, airport code. But this I change the column name. Obviously, I have to change the column name because the information has the airport code column. Then I generate data. Automatically, the data gets imported, gets downloaded. Sorry. Okay, let me go back to the R. Now look at the data structure. This is a JSON file. Now I have to change this data from a JSON file to information which I can use in R. Okay, let me continue. Now to get that data from JSON, use a package again called JSONLite, and then use from a function called from JSON, then the content. Okay, let me run that code. It's the code which was not run the other day. Now look at that. The data structure now. Again, it's a list. I have converted the JSON file to a list. It has converted from a JSON file to a list. Again, look at it, the results. Do you remember? Here, everything is inside these results. You understand? That's why you see results is the header here. So inside these results, there is a list of 100 elements. That's 100 rows. The ones that we specified. The ones that we have specified here. Here. A package, access, a list. Okay, let me list. Let me put this in a new line. A list the top 100. And again, we say not from Python, we say it's from R. Again, everywhere else you see Python, just change to R. Yeah, good. Yeah. Again, you want the top 100 elements. That's why in this, we created a list. Result is equal to, we need 100 of them, and the gender should be male. There's no way you shall see the gender to be female from this output. Okay, now I was in this data structure. It's a list containing 100 elements, and 12. There are 12 of them. There are 12 columns, but mind you, it's arranged in a very, very funny structure. Very, very funny structure. Inside, for example, inside location, there is an email. The inside name, there is title, first name, and last name. Inside location, there is street, city, state, country, and passcode. Again, inside street, there is number and the name. You see, it's a file which has embedded information inside it. It's embedded. And that's how I just start its information. Okay, let me go next. Now, what is the next step after I've converted this one into a list? Now I need now to extract the information, the user's information now. Now to do this, let me add some comments here. I want to extract the user information. Now, to extract the user information, I need, you can see that from this data structure here, content, sorry, not this one, but data here, all the information is stored in this sublist. Let me call it a sublist. There are two lists, there is results and there is info. It's stored in this sublist called results. So I need to call this subresults. Now, how do I do that? Let me create a variable called users. users, and then is equals to, then data, and then I use this $sign, then results. You can see there is results and there is info. I click on the results. Then I already have the information. Now again, let's dig deep in this list. You see, at least it has a sense of a data frame like. It looks like a data frame like. But now, not yet. It's not yet a data frame. Just look at this one. Name. Again, inside the name there's a title. Inside name there's a first name. Inside name there's a last name. Again, inside location there's a street, and inside street there's number. We only need one of them. For example, in this one we need the number. This one should be labeled as number. This one should be labeled as name. And again, we need to join all these ones. For example, in this case, again you can see all of them are male, as we have specified. I need to combine these columns. There's the name, title, the first, the last. For example, in this case, their name will be Monsieur Otto whatever. Let me go to the next one. I think it's simpler to pronounce it. Mr. Amin John. I want it now to be in one column called name. Mr. Amin John. Mr. Zoltan, whatever. Now let's go to R. This is about now data structures. That's the reason why you should understand more about data structures. You have to understand more about data structures. Now, what is the next step now? The next step, I need to get all the users who are male. Actually, they are all male. Let me think. I need to get all the columns. Okay, you see this data structure, this data set, not yet. You see, it's not yet in the format that we need, because you see there is $sign inside $sign. So we have we are going to breaking these data structures as simpler, in a more simpler way as possible. Now again, I have to. You see, let me show you by this example. Okay. Let me show you. Let me explain by this. You see, in this location there is location, coordinates, latitude, location, coordinates, longitude, location, time zone, offset. Now we need to break down these data structures. Now to do this, let me create another variable. Let me call it top 100. I think you know the rules of naming variables. Male users. Now from this one, let me call this variable. What do I want to do? I want it from the users. Now, what I was in that class when Ali was teaching these users. So in this users data frame, okay, I use the square brackets. Well, in this users data frame, I want to specify that I need only the male. I need only the male gender. Okay, to do this, users, and then I use this $sign. Sorry, this is a percentage. This $sign and gender. Then is equals assignment operators. You learned about operators. These are male. Okay, now again I want us to access data structures. Okay, sorry. Undefined column selected. Oh, again I did not specify this. Oh, it works rows,
columns. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, row, column. So I have to put a comma there, meaning I need all the rows where the gender is male, then comma, all the columns.
Yeah.
Sure. Now again, let's dig deep in this data structure. Actually, it's the same, but now let me. You see. Unfortunately, R cannot give us. I expected it to give me what I expected, but I think he has not given me maybe in VS Code it would have given me. Let me do this. I think it would. Let me call it here. Though my screen will have a lot of dirty work. Sure, it's here. It has a lot of dirty stuff. This one will not help me. Okay, you see, I'm trying to use my Python keys to convert it to R. So in Python, you could have structured it in a more complex way. Now, is this data set? Now we need only the city, we need only the state, we need only the country. And I want us to just use a simple one. I want us to get the name, the email, and the username. Only his name, the name, and again, what I say that the name, I'll join them. I want the name to be Mr. Amil John. So I'll join all these columns. V1. Again, after the name, I want the email. There's an email address. As example, these are generated data set. These are the email, and then the username. Is that username? Somewhere. Mind you, as an analyst, you'll encounter very, very many.
I guess it's the
value, large, medium, thumbnail, nation, or it does not filter the columns.
I see there's something like ID name or something.
Showing 140. Sorry, ID name.
Yeah, on the columns, I was seeing like the ID names, ID $ name or something.
ID name, ID value. It's not that one. It should be labeled as username.
Maybe it comes after the $sign. Username. Yeah.
It is. I want username now. The username, the email, and the. Okay, to do this, I have not to use a for loop. Now, here now it's where I wanted to dig deep into a for loop. Okay. Here we go. What do I want to do? Now, for every, I want the for loop to iterate to each and every column. To iterate to each and every column and pick the information that I want. I want it to iterate to each and every column for all the data set and pick the rows that I want. The columns that I want. Okay, to do this, I use a for loop. Again, what we did the other day, then for variable again R, it's still it's giving me but these I want to use I in what? Okay, here now we go. I want to iterate over all the rows. I want to iterate over all the columns and all the rows. You see? Now let me first do it and then I'll explain to you what will happen, the magic that will happen here. So from 1 to the number of rows. How many rows do we have? Maybe let's assume we don't know that they are 100. There's a function in R that we determine the number of rows. The number of rows of what? And all the columns. Note each and every row and all the columns. Sorry. Okay, so users and then a question mark. Oh, sorry, a comma. What does this mean? I'm here to explain to me. What does this mean? So 100 million users, the square bracket I, then comma. A volunteer. Let me go back to the. Have you gotten it? I want to go back to the meeting. Just look at that data structure. I'm gonna start it. Now let me go back to the meeting. I did a volunteer.
I don't know if I'm allowed to answer a question in this class.
No, you're not.
Okay. I guess I could give it a shot, you know.
I can't allow you.
Okay, mister.
I know you know the answer. Here we are.
Okay.
Someone volunteer or I choose randomly. And I know who I choose. So if you know yourself, yeah, you can choose you. Hello, anyone? Try.
Okay, you have the data set. I don't know if you can call it data set or
Yeah,
maybe
that's
if you
true.
know the data frame. And
Yeah.
you want to whatever you need. The data set, the data frame is the top 100 mail users. So
Sure.
from that data, the top 100 mail users, you
Yeah.
want to go through each row of that
Thank you.
data frame.
Uh-huh. Each row.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
look at my cursor.
each
if
row
you are
and
looking.
each row and each column.
Sure. Thank you for that time, Wally. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me clap for you. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, it will iterate for now. For example, let me take this one. I will go for from 1 to the number of those. I'm assuming we don't know that there are 100 of them. That's why I use this function nrow. So the first one, I will be sent to 1, meaning now I is 1. So it will go to this one. It will iterate over the first row, and then for all the columns. You understand? It will iterate for the first row. The first row is this one labeled 1. Then for all the columns. You understand? The comma for the columns. If you understand, give a thumbs up. If you don't, give a thumbs up. React with a thumbs down. Thank you, Karim. Thank you, Rashid. Ali, thank you. Okay, I've not seen any thumbs down. Let me go back to R. So, the first one, we take I as 1. So, meaning it's the first row. And then this one comes here. I will be 1, meaning the first row and all the columns. Mind you have not specified the columns here. Now, after that, I want us to break it in the simplest structure ever. After that, now you are in the first column. I'm assuming, check now, we are in 1. You have taken all these ones. Yeah? You have taken all these ones from the first column, the first row, for all the columns now. Yeah? I is 1. Now, for this now column, what do you want? Let me first clear the screen. Control L. To clear the console. Control L in RStudio. Okay. I need to get what do I want to get from these for all these rows. Now, for example, I want it to tell me I've taken the first row, number 1, number 2, number 3. So I want it to create for me a column called user. You see, I want it to create for me a column. This one now called user to show me that I've taken row number 1. For example, the second it will show me that it has taken the second row number 2. Now, in this case, our I is 1. I want it to tell me 1. To do this, there's a function called cat. Cat means concatenation. Concatenation but of strings, not of the vectors. Concatenation of strings. Okay, from this cat, what do I want to get? Let me call that variable user. I want you to see the magic that will happen here at the end. And what will that user store? It will store the value of I. For example, in this case, it is store 1. And then again, I want it to go in a new line. Again, the concatenation as this one. Sorry, I've forgotten to put a comma here. And then we open the quotes, and then I want to print it on a new line. Those who are familiar with programming, \n, it will print on a new line. Okay, I want it to print on my console now, user 1, and then it goes to the next line. In the next line, I want you to print what? The name of the user. Now, look at this. Cat network. I want I want to call this column name shift. Sorry. No, let me give you another hint. In creating variables in any programming language, never start the name of a column using a capital letter. Always use a small letter. There are rules of naming variables. This one is from Python. There are three rules. There are three types. There is a Pascal case, there is a snake case, and there is another one, camel case. Pascal, snake, and camel case. Okay, maybe I'll cover that in another day. I want it to be stored in name. And then what will this name store? Now, this one will store the value of I. Now, this one I want it to store the user, the title. I told you that I want all this one, and this one to be on one. Let me call it a column, though it's not a column. Yeah, let me say that. For this one, I don't want it to get a data frame. I want it to get it will just show me on the console. I want it just to print here on the console. For example, user 1, then it gives me the name here, and then next give me the email. So there's no harm since I'm not creating a column name, there's no harm when I started a capital letter for this, and then I have a semicolon there. Okay, after that, what do I need? I need to concatenate that with user, then the name of the user. Okay, first of all, I want to extract the title. I want it to be Mr. Army John. So I need to get this one, then this one, then this one. I need to concatenate them all. Very simple. User, then from the user, from this data frame. Mind you, I created this one. This users is from A, so it's not user but users. And maybe someone should have shouted out that error. I think I should use. You should never create a data frame using. Those are rules. Those are rules for naming variables. You should never use plural. You should always use singular. Always use singular. Never use. I'm also wrong here. Using maybe those who are familiar with. Go and read about this. Step 8 rules. They are for Python, but again they apply in every programming language. They are called Step 8 rules. Styling guide. This one has all the rules. For example, you see the indentation. It has the rules about the indentation. How should you indent it in this manner? It has the rules, all the rules that you need. They are here. Okay, maybe Python is an object-oriented programming language because of the classes and whatever. But R is just for data scientists. It's just for data scientists specifically. It's not an object-oriented. I don't think. Maybe I'm open to be corrected. Okay, let me go here. User name, and then I need the title. And then next, after getting the title, what else do I need? I need the first name, user, then name, then past. Okay, I think I'm taking out of time to type this. Let me do this. Call names of what? Top 100. I'll just copy paste. Sorry. Oh. Yeah, sorry. It's an embedded. You can see it's embedded. Name, location. So the inside name there's whatever there's first name there's second name there's. There are many. That's why it did not give me all of them in details. I thought I could have in all of them and I copy paste. Then I did concatenate with using the last name. Again, user, then name, then last. Okay, I want us to run this for loop and see an example of what will happen. You can see user 1. Okay, I think on a new line, comma, let me do this on a new line. Let me run this for loop and see what to bring to me. Now you see, it has got to me. Just these are sample of the output that I needed. For example, user 1, it has given me the name of user 1. User 2, the name. User 3, the name. You see the magic. User 4, the name. That's what I wanted us to do. Again, you can add another one of your choice. You can also print the name. I hope until there you have understood how the plan is working. Sorry, I needed this quote. So it's not there. Then comma user. Again, you see where the email is. You come here to top 100 with the email. Just email. It's just by its own. User. Then email. Good. And then if I run this again, it will add the email in my output. For example, the last one will be on a new line.
On a new line,
bring
yeah.
this because we have this on a new line. Let me run again the loop. Sorry, I should run it from here. See, for example, the 100 user, the name, and the email. That's what we wanted. Again, I can also add the username. How simple? It's very simple. Very simple. Cut. Then let me create. I want it to be stored in a username. Username. Then the colon. Then comma. Then I want it to give me user. Then from users I want, where is the username stored? Let's come here to top 100 mail users. Where is the username? Username is login. Then username. Come here and write login. Login. Yeah, here you are. Then from the login I want the username. You see how data structures work. That's how data structures work. Data structures and algorithms. Sorry, they are okay. Maybe they are the same thing, but what is the difference between data structure and algorithm? Okay, maybe I could explain it using in your house. In your house, there's an arrangement that you have arranged your objects. For example, the shoes, the cover, the bed is there, the table is there. Okay? Yeah, the structure which you have arranged your house. Now that's what it's called. In this case, that we can map it to a data structure. But now, how the process that you used in arranging an algorithm, yeah, is like a stepwise. It's a stepwise. And how can I explain that? Like you're doing something stepwise. That following some rules. That's what we call an algorithm. Now, how you arrange those shoes, the method that you use to arrange those shoes. Now that's what can be mapped to as an algorithm. Now, let me run this and you will see what will happen. Now, already we have We have already scraped the data from our website, and now this is what we have. Now, what if now we want to save the what's the time? It's already 9. I have not done what I wanted to do. Should I continue? Or I just give it to you as an example? I want you to store this data in a data frame. Should I continue? For yes, 1. Or no, 0. Okay, save is saying that I should continue. Anyone else? Should I continue or I just go to the next concept for while loop? I continue with this one, the data structure. Rashid, unmute your mic.
I can continue.
With? I go to the while loop.
With this.
Oh, okay, let me continue this. Okay, I'm sorry, time may not be on our side, but I'm hoping that you will understand. Maybe Ali, will you give me, maybe I should book on Saturday too. I think I have a lot to share.
I told you, Humphrey, you have the time until you finish, actually, because this is the last part of that we were supposed to discuss on functions and such. So just take your time, no rush. We are here to stay. This course is 3 months, you know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Let me continue then. Okay, should we continue from here? When I'm through with that, I'll go on with the evaluation part. Anyway, let's go back to my presentation. Now, on to how can you store this data set in a data frame? A data frame is another. I think Ali went through the data frame. Now, mind you, these again are for loop. You need to create a for loop. That's why I said the for loop is the most important. And in some cases, you'll be forced to use a nested for loop. Nested and unnested for loop, depending on the data structure, how it is. Now, let me continue this now. I need to store this one in a data frame. Let me refresh comment. Let me add a comment. Adding the info in again, you have to learn about databases. It's very, very, very important. You have to learn about databases. There are two types. Okay, you learn about a relational database and a non-relational database. After this, you need to store your data in a database, maybe. And again, let me tell you, many companies right now, they don't store their datasets in CSV files. What you are importing here, just click file, then import dataset from text. No, you would go and in a big company, for example, like Safaricom, you find them storing their datasets in CSV files or in Excel files. Yeah, just take note of that. No, there's no way. Maybe for your own project, if you collect your data set using your own data collection method, and you want to analyze your own data, maybe in that case, you can store it in a CSV file or in any form that you use. But if you go to big companies, they don't store their data set in CSV files and in these files, in data or whatever, in SPSS files. Okay, I don't expect anyone to be learning SPSS by the way. Programming is the way to go, either R or Python. I mean, I'm just giving you the truth. Just take a program, either R or Python. Okay, let me do away with that. There's no company that will store their data set in this text. Companies store their data set in databases. And again, others, there are two types of databases. There's a relational database and there's an relational database. And to work in a how do you communicate with a database? Use a language called SQL. Some called SQL. Okay. In SQL there's a SQL and there's no SQL. There's a let me go SQL and no SQL. Now no SQL it may store there in SQL the data set must be relational. The tables it's sorry not relational but it must store its information in tabular form. But it also has its own weakness again. For example, let me use a company like Safaricom. If it's storing data in tables. In tables, yes. In tables. Now, what if now there are very, very many users? Information and data keeps on adding day in, day out, day in, day out. Now, how do you want to move from one server to another? So how do you do about it? You see, the only thing you do about this, you can only extend the server in vertically. That is, you have to purchase another another server which has a larger memory. Let me call it that way. A server which has a higher storage. That's in tabular form. Now, there's this another in NoSQL, the data set is stored in hierarchical way, in a hierarchical method. Okay. Now, being stored in a hierarchical method, meaning it's now scalability is better. They don't have to purchase another bigger memory and move their data set in that other bigger server. Now, what they do, they buy another server, they add it. Now, any other information that comes, it goes to this another server. When this one gets full, they buy another one, and this one, they are offered by web. You have to learn something called cloud computing. The computing, it has a course on the different the servers. Let me call the servers that offer this service. Yeah. For example, you have one is Amazon Web Services, AWS. There is another one called for Microsoft Azure, and for Google called GCP, Google Cloud Platform. You have to, okay, that's a roadmap. Let me leave that. Ali, you should give me another time, maybe not this week, but another week. I'll just explain all these. I'll draft a roadmap on how you should go about this after learning all this. But now you have to understand, this is the way to go, the complex way. Just go and learn JSON files. JSON files are mostly they work on APIs, and again, database. Make sure you learn about that. Let me continue now. That was just a by the way. Now, if I want to print the output in a data frame, what do I have to do? The first step, you learn about data frames, so there's no need of taking out of time here. So the first step, you create an empty data frame. An empty data frame. Okay, you create an empty data frame. By creating how do you create an empty data frame? Now, I won't ask you, let me save on time. Let me call it, for example, for output. Maybe output let me add is an df in data frame, then alt minus, then data, dot frame, data dot frame. Okay, what do I want to store? I want the name. Again, remember the roots. Now these are data frame. The name is the column name, and I want it to be a character. It's an empty. Mind you, it's an empty data frame that I'm creating. I want it to be a character type. Character. Then next, I want it to have the email, the one that we store the email. The email is equals to, again, it's a character too. Character. Again, we are creating an empty data frame. Don't forget. Then, again, I want it as a username. Let me call it username. Yeah, sure. Is equals to. Then this again is a character too. And again, I don't want to, okay, by default it will change the strings to be factors. Factors means, what's a factor? Like, yeah, for example, how you store nominal data sets. For example, for example, you are collecting data on socioeconomic, that's an ordinal. Let me use another example. Like what? Like counties. It's how counties, for example. Number 1 is Mombasa. 2, I don't know which is 2, but I know 47 is Nairobi County. I know 12 is Meru County. Now Meru is given a label 12. Now that's an example of a factor. So I have to specify. I don't want to convert the strings as factors. Is equals to.
I'm disappointed that you don't know 02 anyway.
I suspect it's Kwale County. That's why you are complaining. Am I correct? Is it Kwale?
Yes, yes, it is. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, I've created an empty dataset. Output df. Again, if you want to see that, you can see here. It has 0 observation and 3 variables. Here on the environment pane in our studio, 0 observations and 3 variables, meaning it's an empty one. Now we need to load this information in this data frame. This empty data frame. How do we go about it? Now let me create another comment. It's good to add comments because someone might come through your code and they don't understand. For example, if I don't comment this thing and then I send the code to you, maybe some of us are beginners, they might not understand what I'm doing. It's very good to write comments. Populate. I want to populate the data frame. Yeah, sure. Next. Now, how do I go about this? Again, I need a for loop. And by this for loop, I'll just copy paste. I'm assuming you all understood what happened here. Is my assumption true? Let me go back to my chart. The charts. Is the assumption true that you understood the first for loop? Or let me say, at a scale of 1 to 10. At a scale of 1 to 10. And now, let me, everyone must answer this. Everyone must answer. Just put on the chat. At a scale of 1 to 10. I think this is easier. Hello. Hey, let me start. Maybe. Okay, Ali 10, thank you. Okay, if Karim, I'm just comparing with the people in the meeting. If I don't see your screen here, I'll tell you to do so. Okay, patience. Hey, let me go and see. I want to see all the users here. Oh, I think we have all answered. Ali, is that true?
Moses, how is the going?
Moses.
Yes, Moses. Kindly say something.
Okay, thank you, Moses. Is it? I think Ali is.
I think Moses, we should be motivated that we have a data scientist in the house. I was expecting that he will be very much into this. Definitely he is, but at least should show. I mean, Moses, welcome. I hope you are enjoying the session.
Okay, let me continue. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, now I need to populate this data frame. How do I populate this data frame now? I use the for loop. But again, I assumed that you have understood it. Again, from information is that yes, we have understood what happened there. And then I've copy pasted that. Unfortunately, I have to do some changes here. I have to do this concatenate should not be This one is the name. Let me do away with this because automatically our studio will provide us with the numbers 1, 2. For example, in this case, our studio will provide us with the numbers. Oh, where are you? It provides us with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 in every if it's a data frame. It produces us with these numbers, so I don't need them. There's no need of that. Again, this one, I need to get rid of this. And then this one I need to get rid of this. And then I want it to be stored in this name. Let me call it again. Let me call it, for example, name. Yeah, sure. Let me call it name is equals to, and then I paste. Paste is like it works the same as concatenating, but now this one it's for okay for the first one is concatenated because of this one, which is not in this one is not in the data frame, but I wanted it to display in this case. That's why I used the concatenating. But this one I used the paste. Now this one, all these ones are in there, and the top one and remain users are in this loop. Now that's why I used that one. And then I say the email. Okay, that's okay, but I have to make this on a new line. Okay, I think there's no need of, we are pasting nothing here, so we are concatenating nothing. And so it's in email. Again, our studio should tell us we have an error there from this. And then again, I want the username. Again, I can also print the username. And again, I'll do away with this part. And again, I do away with this other part. What will this now do? Username. Okay, for example, in the first I, it iterates over the first row or the columns. Now it looks for this one, user.name, it stores user, the title, the first and the last, it stores it in a variable called name. And again it goes to the emails, it accesses the email, yeah, it stores it in a variable called email. And then it accesses again the user name, this one, stores it in a variable called username. But now not yet, it hasn't loaded it into a data frame. Mind you, this one we just create a variable. Now we need this variable to enter this one in this empty data frame. How do we go about it? It's a loop, meaning it should be inside the loop. Okay, how do I go about it? Look at this magic. Again, data structures. This is a data frame. Output here. Okay, it stores it in. Let me use this square bracket I. The first I representing the row. You understand? I represent the row, comma. Now name the column now. In this now it's for this one. Let me go back here. It stores it in a variable called name. Name again is equals to alt is equals to name. We are specifying it that it add it to this one. Maybe I should have used different cases. Okay, let me do this, but don't do this mistake. Let me change the cases. Let me change the cases for you to understand which is from which is from which. And to do this, let me change these cases here. Let me put them as a capital letter. For you to understand, this name is from the output and this other name is from the. For you to understand, this name is from this one and this other name is from the one. Let me change this one to caps. And again, let me change this one to email. but don't do such a mistake. But these are is for understanding purposes. I want you to understand. I don't want you to go the extreme factors that can't be that way. Again, now I have to put in this one. Now, what does it mean? Okay, what does it mean now? Let's come here. From output, you see output, the first row, and then the column name, code name, this one, store the value that, the value of name. You understand it? Let me repeat again. From this data frame, okay, again I put the square bracket for row and the column. For the row I, the one that is iterating through, and then store for the row I, then the column code name, store this variable, the information that is got from this name. Hope you have understood. Let me assume so because of time. Output. Let me go again. Output. I want to store now I want to store the email now. Email. And then to store it now. I can choose to use these, or I can use any of them. Email. And again, I use any username. I think I should copy paste. Or sometimes I'm lazy. Username. Now, what this one will do, for each and every iteration, it will load the data set. Username. And you should take care of this username should be the same as this one here. This email should be the same as this one here, and the name should be the same as this one here. Okay. By running this code, we should have created, and this output should be loaded. Now, I want you to, let me assume I'm assuming it has no errors. Yeah, let me assume so. Yeah, unfortunately, it will not bring any errors. Then again, let's go to the output here. Again, you see, under observation with 6. Why 6 variables? Why 6 variables? Why now? And I wanted 3 variables. Why 6 variables? No? It produces this a name, email, username. Okay, username. I think this one was the problem. It's an error. Yes, it has errors.
Excuse me, Humphrey.
Yes.
You see, the point, I mean, because I'm recording this class, I cannot open my RStudio. But I'm having some thoughts that I'm thinking of trying, and I can't try them. I don't know, but because of time, I don't know if I should do them later or what.
No, do later. Okay. In this case, I can remove this.
Okay, because I was thinking,
Yes.
Okay, on the very same, on the output, where now we are taking those variables that are generated from the for loop and now populating them to the data frame. I was thinking, is there not a way that we can just put all of them at a go?
There's no way. You have to iterate over each and every. It's an iteration. It's a for loop. You have to iterate over this data set.
Okay. Now my thought was like, we are using the I, right, in all the columns. So the first row in name will still be the first row in email and username and such. I mean, okay, this is what I wanted to try, maybe to save time.
Okay.
Maybe to save, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'm just thinking of it and I'm not sure. Maybe it will bring an error. So I was thinking of saying output data frame, and then for the row I put my I, and then now for the columns, now I use combine function and list all of them, and then I put an equal sign. I also put a combine function and list all of them. I don't know if you're getting it.
At least you have something. At least you have something that you can see.
Definitely.
It's a child. I think let me leave you with the rest.
I guess we can figure out why is having the others.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let me continue with the while loop. Now, what's our while loop? Our while loop? Our while loop is okay. I'm trying to simplify it as simple as I can. In our while loop, we don't know the exact number of iterations that but in this case, for the for loop, we know that it will go, for example, from 1, for example, in our case, it goes from 1 to 100. In our while loop, you don't know. It's a case where you don't know the number of iterations that it will go through. Now, for example, let me go. The exact number of iterations is not known beforehand. So, it executes the same code again and again and again until the stop condition is met. Okay. Our while loop checks for the condition to be true or false in n times. 1 time rather than n times. Okay, what does this mean? In our case, you are sure that if it, for example, is 1 to 100, we are sure that n is 100. And for a for loop, if you don't execute for the 1, it won't execute for 1, because already it always terminates at 100. For example, from 1 to 100, it don't execute the 1. Sure. But for a while loop, if it were a while loop, it will go for 1. If the condition that for 1 does not meet, it stop executing the loop. Okay. This is why because the while loop check for the condition before entering the body of the loop. So a while loop check for the condition before entering the loop. I think we do let's do it practically. Okay, the future is getting brighter. If something, what I mean by this is that you see that if you have eye problems, the future will be brighter. It might the light might slap you and affect your eyes. So I'm sorry for changing from blue to that color. That's what I meant. Okay, maybe the changing color might affect your eyes. I'm sorry for that joke. Okay. Let me do a slideshow. Now let's start here. Okay. First of all, you have to this is my cursor. Okay, there it is. First of all, you have to specify your control. We have to understand it at the end of this slide. Okay. The first step, the control. The control falls into the while loop. That's the first step. The control falls into the while loop, and then after it falls to the while loop, it checks the condition. That's the next step. Checks the condition. It jumps to the condition. After jumping to the condition, now it goes if the condition is true or if the condition is false. Now, if the condition is true, just take at it. If the condition is true, it will execute the body of the loop. You see, if this condition is true, now the control gets here. The control, I don't know why this class is getting. The control goes into the while loop. It checks the condition. It's checking the condition. If the condition is true, it will execute these statements in this loop. Okay, next. What if now it's false? What if now the condition is false? It exits the loop. It exits the loop that it does not run what is inside here. Therefore, that's what is meant that it will execute the n plus 1 condition. It will execute the n plus 1. So if the n plus 1 does not meet this condition, I don't know why my class is going. I think let me use this one. So if the n plus 1 condition does not meet, it exits the loop and the statement of the loop are executed. Now, In this case, we would now go with this one. Let's assume now the condition is true. Let's assume now the condition is true. Let's go to the next group. Okay, this one is just to explain. If the condition is true, it will execute this one. If the condition is false, it will go here. Now let's go to the next. Now you're assuming that the condition is true. Don't get confused. You're assuming that the condition is true. Now it is executing the body statement of the loop. If the condition is true, we say that it executes the statements of the flow goes in the body and then it executes this statement. After that, what happens? Again, it is updated. It gets updated. It goes back again and checks the condition. You see, the control gets into the while loop. It checks the condition. If the condition is true, the control will go to the body of the statement and then it executes the statement inside here. After it executes the statement, it gets updated. After it gets updated, it goes back again to the condition. Okay, I hope you're understanding that. I hope you're understanding it. Okay, let me start again. The control gets here. Again, after it gets in the while loop, it checks the condition. If the condition is true, it goes to the body of the loop. The control goes to the body of the loop. After it goes to the body of the loop, it executes the statements in the loop. After it executes the statements of the loop, and then it gets updated. After it gets updated, and then it goes back again to it checks the condition. Again, it checks the condition. If the condition again is true, the flow just goes that way. If the condition again is true, the flow goes that way. Until when it will get updated to n plus 1, where the condition is false. So the condition is false, it's when it is executed. That's when it executes the loop. Now, this just to demonstrate. Until now, the control gets into the loop. Let me start again. And then it checks the condition. Now, if the condition is true, what did I do here? If the condition is true, if the condition is false, this is actually for the condition. If condition is false, here I do not understand what I did in the slides, but I'll explain it using this one. What I've just said. The control gets into the while loop, it checks the condition. After checking the condition, if the condition is true, it goes to the body of the statement. After it goes to the body of the statement, it executes what is in the statement. After executing what is in the statement, it gets updated. It gets updated, it goes again and checks the condition. If the condition is true, again the flow goes that way. Until when it gets an updation of n plus 1, which will fail to meet this condition. Until when this one will be false, that's when it executes the loop and the statement in the loop. Okay, let me go back to the chart at a scale of 1 to 10. Karim.
Yes.
Okay, did you? Okay, thank you. Now, let me run this on R for you to understand what you're doing. Okay, I'm assigning the results to a variable.
Now, Humphrey, I still have about I've been onto that.
Yes.
I don't know if I can disturb you for a second.
Okay, no problem.
I don't want you to say anything. Like you see on the code that we have just for the 4, where we are having name, email, and all that. We were using I don't know if you're getting me. I just want you to replace that with 1, 2, 3, and then we proceed.
Sorry?
Up there. Yeah, just change the name with 1, email 2, and the username with 3. No. On the variables, on the data frame in bracket. No, the name. The name that is quoted.
Yeah, I think that one will work. Yeah, that one seems to work.
Sorry guys it's just that my mind is still on this thing, you know. I don't know. I don't know.
I think it will work. I also a lot of things that one will work. Let me go back again. Submitted again, but again it's double entry. It's a double entry.
It's a double entry.
Yeah, sure. It's a double entry.
But in both we have the same information.
Yeah, sure. But now you don't have any. You are still another step.
Yeah. You see it's a step, eh? Okay.
In programming, even getting a different error message.
Definitely. Okay. Thank you, Humphrey. You can proceed.
Okay, let me go back to the side. I'm even the default got aligned. Oh, I was doing this on concatenate hello world. I was doing a one. And then I do a while loop. I say while. Okay, let me first of all give the condition I is equals to 1. No, we'll do a real live problem. I is equals now let's say while again I is less than 6, and then let's open the bracket. What should we do? We execute the body print results. Okay, did not run that code up there, that's why it's not giving me that. And then I is equal to I plus 1 to get an addition. Now the difference between this one is that our while loop is updated. Okay, I over it on the left. Oh, it's 1 is equals to 1. Sorry, it's I. Okay, I is equals to 1. Sure. You see, it has printed hello world how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As it should. Because 6 is not less than 6. It will print for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, and for 5. 6 is not less than 6. I hope that's better now. Now for the second one, let me just give you the assignment to share the slides. But again, you can also give your thoughts on that. But because of time, let me just run away from that. Okay, I want us to do a real life hack problem now. Now these are real life problems. I love demonstrating the examples in real life. Okay, let a program that generates a random number between 1 to 10, and then it asks the user to write feedback, higher, lower, or correct until this is correct. Now what does it mean? I write a program that will generate a random number. Let me assume that it has provided a random number of, let me say 6. The program has generated a random number between 1 to 10, 6. Then the program tells you, guess what number have I generated? Yes? You understand the logic? The program now tells you, guess the number that I have generated. Assume that you don't know the number that was generated. In this case, I know it's 6. Assume that I don't know that the number is 6. What should I do? Okay. You give it a shot. First, try 3. If you try 3 is wrong. 3 is wrong. Now, it will tell you that you get that the number you guessed is less than the number that I generated. You try again with a higher number. I guess it is 6. I try again and I guess it's 5. see, if I get 5 again, the program tells me that no, the number that you guessed is lower than the number that I generated. Try again with a higher number. Now that's the program is telling you, do it again with a higher number. You see? If I do it with a higher number. Mind you now it's 6. No. I say it can't be 6. Let me try 7. I try 7. Now what I get a different message. The number that is less, the number that you have guessed is higher than the number that I generated. Guess a number that is less than that which you have picked, which is now 7. Automatically I know that. Then when I say 6, it will say that you correct. You guessed the number that I generated. Have you understood the logic? Thumbs up if yes. Hello. Am I alone? Thank you for that. Yes. Okay. Now let's implement these. Let me copy these here for me to understand what I'll be doing. Let me copy these. Copy. Let me paste it into my RStudio as a comment. Okay, there's a shortcut for commenting. Let me just paste it in first. Oh, I was watching it very, very long. Let me cut it off here. Yes, and then I touch it again here. I think it's Control Shift and then with C. Let me try it. I don't remember. Today I've not worked with I've been working with Python. Yeah, it's that one. Control Shift C. It's long since I worked with that. I think it's last year. Okay. Now, and again you are specifying that you must use a while loop. Now, let's now start with this. The first step is to generate a random number between 1 and 10. Let me add that comment. Generate a random number between 1 and 10. Okay, how do you do that? It's a simple code. Let me call it, for example, my target. Let me call it a target. I'm calling it target because I'm targeting to get that number that will be generated, that random number that will be generated. Okay, let me just explain it again. There is a command that is called set.seed. Okay, no, I'm not. Set.seed not for this case. This case I'm using sample. I'm telling add to sample from what? From 1 to 10. I want. Oh, sorry, not from 1 to 10. I want just one number, only one number. From 1 to 10, just I need only one number. 1 to 10, only one number. Okay, there's something we call set.seed. Set.seed. If I use a set.seed and then I use that set.seed again, it means that the number that I generate will be the same. If I don't want to change it, I use set.seed. Okay, go and do a research on that. After that, now I need now to initialize the variable now for my guess. You see, I have to initialize a variable for my guess. Let me say, for example, initialize Oops. What happened? My screen is off. Let me check. Oh. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. My CPU is just under my leg. I just moved my leg and I pressed the power button. It slept. It don't sleep me.
And we can still see your screen, you know.
Oh, you. oh.
And we were like, is it a network problem or what?
Hey, that's the power. If you are Windows, you would take a left your meeting and you could see nothing. Just navutia wateja kujeni. Let me initialize a variable to store the guess, use of guess. Okay. For this one, let me say guess. Let me give us a value.
Am I the only one? I'm not seeing your screen.
Oh, you can't see my screen.
It's still the same that we were having last time.
Let me stop sharing my share again. Is it the same or is there a change?
Perfect. It's okay.
Okay, thank you. I'm initializing a variable that will store a guess. And now for this case, I'll give it a value 0. We are following the syntax of our while loop. Now that's the condition. Okay, not the condition, but the control. After that, I need now to play the guessing game. It will loop through. Now the guess will get updated, until when I store the correct value. Let me do this. While sorry, what am I doing? I'm tired. Okay, now this one. Store it in a variable. Okay, I'm taking a lot of time to dig. What should I give? But now, if I look to play the game, let me just, if you don't mind. My mind is here on how I'll solve this problem. Now let me say while guess is not equal to the target. Let me say while guess not equal to this target. What should I do? Okay, the guess must be equal to the target. Now then we go again. Okay, sorry, I've forgotten the curly braces. should not do that. And then after that, I use now an if statement. I now have to use a no. Let me see. Yes, statement. First of all, I think I should prompt the user. I should prompt the user to enter a number that is the guess. Let me do that. This is quite challenging for the user to guess a number. And how do we do that in R? Remember, is it read line? I think it's a read line. Let me try this. I don't remember. Okay, read line from the terminal. Prompt. Sure, I think it's this one. It reads the line from the terminal. Now the read line. And then now we prompt the user to enter something in the terminal. What do I want to, let me say, enter the guess. Say, okay, where are we there? Enter. Enter. Okay. Number 2. Guess of which it should be between, let me between 1 to 10. And then it should, now in my terminal, it should print that. And then I specify the column. And then I put a space. Now this one will put a space, and then it will allow me to enter a value. For that, now I have to provide a feedback to the user. Now this is the updation. Now the updation in this case is the updation. Let me see now if let me put if guess is less than, now if the user gets a number which is less than the target which I want, the target, that's the number which is generated by the R code, what should you do? What should you do? It should tell the user print a higher, guess a higher number. Yes. Now let me print this information in the terminal. Then I tell you to guess a higher number. I think my grammar is correct. Number. Now, what if now it's not that way? Else, now let's go here. Else, if it's an else if statement, I can put on that line. There's no a guess. It's greater now assuming now the user has guessed a number which is greater than the target. What should it do? On this curry basis, it should tell the user guess a lower number. Print. What case smaller? I think a smaller is better. Okay. Got smaller number. Now else, what if not greater and not less? And then what if now the user appears the correct? Now use an else. I end with an else statement. and we will not have a if with just an else. Print and say correct guess. Then exclamation mark. Let me run and see what it will give. Oh, I did not run these. Let me run that. Yes, automatically 5. The program has generated 5. And then guess is 0 now. Let me now run the while loop. I've been prompted to enter a number to guess between 1 to 10. Let me guess a number, for example, 2. No, you have guessed the wrong number. Guess a higher number. Let me guess 4. Not yet. Guess a higher number. No, let me go too far. 9. You have guessed a higher number. Guess a smaller number. 6. Again, guess a smaller number. Then 5. Correct guess. That's our program. That's our while loop. That's simply a while loop. And that's all. We have used real life examples to do this. I'll share the code with you. Okay. Should I continue? Yes or no?
Well, at times it becomes very challenging to determine if we can continue the class or not.
Is it?
Some of our guys, more so those who have already left, is because they need to report to work tomorrow and such, so they find it very tricky to stay to late night. Yeah. So again, if we continue with the class, they'll be left behind. So they'll be asking, how about that? How about the last class that we missed and all such stuffs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of very tricky.
Okay, now I think. Oh, according to you, no, you're the one who is controlling the class.
I know if it were me and Humphrey, we could do this until tomorrow morning, you know.
Yeah, sure. Okay, now that's why I need some feedback from the rest. Safe. Safe, go. Should continue. Okay, next, Karim.
Yeah. At least we should have all of them as well, you know. We have Rashid. I guess Rashid maybe is scheduled to have a class tomorrow to go teach in the morning. He's a lecturer somewhere, you know. Then the likes of Grace. Grace actually didn't join, eh? And they will need us to take them through again. So
I have to repeat of this.
So no. I guess if we continue, then we'll have to repeat. That is what I'm saying. But I think what we'll do, Humphrey, because of inclusivity, you can just pause here. You still have time. We have Saturday and Sunday, and actually, until you are done with the loops and functions, it's when I will think of doing something else. I don't know if you're getting me.
Yeah.
So I also still have a small concern about the other part of the data frame, you know.
Oh, just go and think.
No. Actually, I was thinking it this way, you know. Like, we are creating an empty data frame that even doesn't have. Literally, we don't have rows there. how about
Sure.
how about we don't have columns as well, and then now we are putting new columns and new rows at the same time. We only have the name of the data frame existing. I don't know if you can try that for me.
Let me do that.
So where we are having the data frame, where we are having the data frame, yeah, just comment on those. And now let's execute and see what happens.
Okay. 000.
Okay.
I think that could be a bad rate. It's okay.
Yeah.
I know the columns.
Yeah. I guess that could be the possible solution. Now
It can be a solution.
But there's a problem again. I'm seeing the problem. Did you see the problem? Now, the problem is, you see, we don't have the variable names. Now,
that's what I was telling you. There's still an error. There's no variable names.
Now, come to this. Now, try to replace. Now, when we are having one, no, not there, but now instead of.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let me redo this. Set it, redo. Instead of having one.
Now have the names. Yeah. Now let's see how it looks. Oh, it has recreated.
It's more funny. Yes.
Let's jog our minds.
Hey, my friend, go and think. I'm tired.
Okay.
Thinking of all these values.
Okay. We will think.
All these, my friend. I'm tired. Again, I tried the best. I tried the bigger part. So the other part, I think you should do it.
Okay. No, because I'm also lazy, you will just try to share with me the R script and I'll think it from them. I'm also lazy, you know.
Okay, I'll share with you the whole project.
Anyway, thank you very much, Mr. Humphrey. Actually, this is quite interesting, you know. I like how you are bringing the concept out and also giving a very real world scenario of how it's applicable. That is actually awesome and perfect. So as we are learning these functions, we are not just learning them from the theoretical point of view, and but also the practical, like how we are now using you see, I even know now someone out of this class will be saying the for loop is actually very important when it comes to, we're using it in data wrangling or something, data mining and such, you see. So that importance is what we are trying to bring out at each and every part of analysis that we are introducing. And I can boost around and say that is one unique aspect with our training, unlike the others, the way they're doing it. You see, they are textbook experts. I'm not trying to boost around anyway, but that remains to be the fact. So thank you very much, Mr. Humphrey. I like the way you are presenting, right from the slides, the concept, and its applicability in the real world analysis. Awesome. Thumbs up and thank you.
Okay. Let me add something. That is the assignment. The first one I did the guessing game. I've done that one for you. Go and do this prime number check. Write a program that checks if a number is prime using a while loop. You can do it using another loop. And yeah, sure. You can just, I share the slides, but I've restricted you from editing. You can't edit, but you can just see it. Go and do that assignment. If you are stuck, just inbox me. In WhatsApp, I call myself local man. Box mode. Yeah. Again, the next will go on the we have a long way to go. The functions now, that's where I want to stay focus on. But it will take a simple explanation. I think next part will be simple. Okay, again we learn through challenges. Don't hesitate to challenge yourself. Challenge yourself the best you can. Give yourself a challenge. If you want to challenge yourself, you're not able to know where you are. Challenge yourself with more complex real-world scenarios. Go and see people out there, what they're doing, and see if you are at a level where you can talk to people. That's it. But again, challenge yourself. You have to. Most times we learn through challenges, and again, have a group of friends who know that you challenge yourself. And it will help you. Many of them. And I think that's all. Ali.
Yes, Mr.
Ali,
Keynote.
I forgot to remind you that Manchester City won yesterday.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was actually watching that.
Okay.
I was actually on it, but I actually predicted. So you guys, when you are at home ground, you don't. You don't just take it. That you take it with the utmost seriousness, and I was actually seeing that coming. But we are waiting.